What's going on, guys? So, today I thought I'd do something a little bit different from what I normally do. You know, we're breaking away from the series and the JJS and that. Uh, I wanted to show off some of my other Minecraft worlds. So we've got the one from the series, and those of you who have been watching know that one. But I want to show some other mod packs that I've played on my own time, because I feel like I'm quite proud of some of these builds. I want to show them off. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright guys, so here's the first world. I want to show them off sort of like smallest to largest. So this is one that I've only played for a little bit. But playing with a create mod, I just built couple little houses here. So this one is my main house, my main base of operations. Right, we've got some basic shit in here. Storage, you know, all that. And I don't know, I just felt like making something a little bit small and cozy, and I think it turned out quite well. And then over here, we've got a little path going over to what is a little workshop. I've not got everything in here, but I've got more or less all I can power with just like 3 water wheels. I need to block that back up actually. But, yeah, I just got all the basic essentials and that. A little bit of storage as well. And you know, I wanted to incorporate those to make it look like it was going like along the river. And I think I did a decent job of it. Like it was, you know how they like use the current of the river. Obviously the river's not flowing, but yeah. And I was also, I don't know, it's fine, it's whatever, bro. And I just thought I made like a little nether portal build, just because I'd rather not just stick it out in the open, you know, just plonk it down somewhere. I wanted to have a little something for it. And I wanted to have it away from my base so I don't hear that fucking noise all the time. So, yeah. Alright. Well, that's actually pretty much it for this first world. I told you I go smallest to largest. But, yeah. So, let's just get into the next one then. Okay, guys. So, this is another one of my, what's it called? One of my worlds. This one is a little mod pack I put together that's supposed to, like, be somewhat, like, realistic survival type thing. So like I've got like toughest nails with the like temperature and what's it called, thirst bar, and I've got first aid as well, which is like it makes it so your health is split into these different bits, and like you have to use bandages to heal and shit. So yeah, pretty cool. I did quite enjoy this mod pack. This is a very old world. This is my current, well, this is the base. I haven't played this world in a while, so it's not exactly the current base. But, this is the base. Okay. I've got loads of mods. I've got forestry in here. I've got, the ones I already mentioned. I was just, like in the last time I played this world, I was just out on like a big journey just to go get slime, because you need it for a bunch of shit. But then I got bored of that. So I ended up not finishing that. And I've started a different world since anyway. I haven't played this mod pack in a while though. I've got mods like immersive engineering in here as well. So I've got these windmills and shit powering all these lights, because I've also got realistic torches. So torches go out after a while, so I use these lights instead, because they'll stay on indefinitely as long as I have power to them. I've got this to power a furnace without any fuel. I've got loads of stuff. This is more of a functional base than looking good. Like it really doesn't look that good. But look, I've got these rain collectors on the top, so the purified water, so that I don't have to drink this stuff that makes me thirst, that makes my fucking water go down even like quicker. I've got just loads of crap, really. Yeah, I was going into the forestry mod more to try and make slime, but then it turned out to not work. I don't know how the rest of it works. And now I've got no use for all these bees. Like, I genuinely, like, I've played with forestry a lot. I still, to this day, do not know what the purpose of the bees and stuff is. But this down here, this is my original base. Because at the start of this playthrough, I don't really have the resources to make a nice base like that. And down here it was easy to have it warm with a campfire and shit. And I just dug it out, and this big area was just me collecting stone and shit for the base up there and that. And then this way there was like a cave. But this is where I started. And then now I've got this bigger base here. I've got lights going all the way over to this base, and also up here where I've got some bees. These are like the cold bees, the cold climate bees. They like to live in the mountain, so I've got this area up here. And yeah. So that is pretty much all for this world, to be honest. But I did play on this for quite a while. I mean, let's see the stats, right? I should say. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I was going to look at my playtime on this world, but I guess not. And I've since like changed the mod pack and stuff from this one as well. Anyway, so this one had like different mods in. I removed some, added some. So it would be weird playing on this world now, anyway. But I am quite proud of this one. I got really far, you know, in this mod pack. And this is a very fun mod pack, honestly. I really enjoyed my time playing it. But oh well, you know, I've since moved on. But yeah, that's the second world. On to the next. Alright guys, this is another one of these worlds. This time I was playing with Galacticraft. And I've done a few of these mod packs where I just kind of like isolate one mod and try and play around with it. And this one was one of my favourites. So, this is the... Oh, okay, this is the base. Let's just do a little tour quick. So, this is the initial room where I started off. I've got an enchant table in here now. I didn't have this initially. I had like machines and that. There's a mine down here, and I've got a funny story about that. Storage, you know, I'm rich as all hell, do you know what I mean? I've got loads of fucking stone, because I've done so much mining and shit. I've got this whole set of armor as well, look at this. Oh my god. But I don't use it to save the durability, because I haven't got mending. No, it's an old version, there's no mending villages to easily get shit. But up here, I've got the machine room, I've got this NASA workbench, you know, where I've got the tier 1 rocket and shit, refinery for fuel, this and all this, and then look at this, ore doubling. You have to go to the... See, the thing about this mod is you have to go to the moon first to then get ore doubling. Where, like, most tech mods, you get fairly early on, but no, you have to go all the way to the moon first. Which was interesting. That gave me more incentive to actually go there and, like, do shit. But yeah, pretty cool. And then over here, we've got this little walkway. We've got a little window here, you can see out. And then this opens up into the launch room. There I've got my rocket that goes, you know, to and from the moon. I've got the fuel loader, the power cables and shit. And up this way, I've got my solar power. So this is actually all you need to power just a few machines. And, you know, like, these solar panels are very, very strong, to be fair. I don't know why it says the sun is not visible. That's really weird. No, I don't know what that is. Anyway. But yeah, this is a very cool world. I haven't really got a base on the moon. I've literally just got, like, the bare minimum set up. Because when I wanted to, I still need to, like, raid some more moon dungeons. And when I initially went to the moon, I'm like an idiot, bro. I somehow had peaceful mode on. So the first, like, couple dungeons I went into, the boss just didn't spawn. So I didn't get a key and I didn't get the loot. which is really annoying. And also, I mean, the boss is really easy. It's like, I wouldn't have died, but it's really annoying that I just missed out on that. But, oh, and the funny story about this, right? So, I'm playing with Galacticraft, but also a couple add-ons. With like Galaxy Space and extra planets, right? So, when I go into the planet menu, there's like way more shit. There's actually other solar systems as well that you can go to. It's pretty cool, right? But one of them has this stuff called natural gas, right? And basically, it's gas. It's like a gas that like rises in caves. It's formed in caves and shit. And if you like touch it, then you get poisoned and you get like basically you're asphyxiating or whatever, right? But then also, if it touches a torch, it blows up instantly, right? And it's like a massive explosion, like probably at least as strong as like a nether bed explosion, right? And that obviously sucks. I'm just gonna show you, right quick. This big old area is the aftermath of one of those explosions. Look, there's some fucking gas up there. This shit is so deadly. Like, this was just a huge area where I just got blown to smithereens, bro. Like, I was just trying to mine down, and then the natural gas like got into my thing that like where I was mining my tunnel. And it touched the torches and it just blew me the fuck up. So that sucked. Also, over here, I've got a long... You can't see the end of it. I've got a long ass strip mine because you need a lot of diamonds for this mod. Because when you're making circuits, like, the wafer circuits, you need diamonds for those, right? So I had to do loads of strip mining. It took me ages to actually find any diamonds. But now, you know, I've got a few. Yeah, I've got a couple. But, you know, it is what it is, right? I don't think you can even... Yeah, you can't crush down Diamond Horse armor either, which sucks. But, yeah. That's another one of the worlds. I'm really quite proud of this one. So yeah, let's go on to the next. Alright. So here's another one of my worlds. This one, I was playing with just immersive engineering. As the main mod, right? So, got loads of stuff here to go through. So, obviously we've got the hemp farm over here. Let's go in here. This is my initial base. Right, this was just a little bit I dug out of the game. I like my furnaces and shit. And eventually I've kind of grown out of this. I never had any machines in here anyway. But, we've got this and shit and storage still down here. All my riches, all my mod drops and shit, whatever the fuck. And then, opens up, it comes up here, into this area. So we've got crusher for ore doubling. We've got the external heater here for smelting, you know, smelting those ores and shit. We've got metal press for more efficient, like, crafting and shit. A little bit of storage, you know, way, look at all this. Riches, right? Down here, this is the next room I built. This is going in the order of when I built them. We've got an array of coke ovens, and we've got 2 blast furnaces. One improved blast furnace, one broke bitch crude blast furnace, and we've got this alloy kiln as well. I've used it a couple of times, making these wires out of electrum and shit. Then we got up here. This is where I got all my windmills and shit. I tried out thermoelectric generators. I'm not really sure if they're better than windmills or not. I don't know. I just started spamming windmills after. Fucking hell, bro. I haven't got any insulated wires. So, this shit is deadly. And then, I've got this room. This is one of the biggest, most important rooms in the base. Right? So this, I've got my automated setup for powering this diesel generator with biofuel. right? So we got the power coming from over there into these garden cloches, making the hemp and shit, because you need the seeds for the seed press, making plant oil. That plant oil up and over into the refinery. Then we've got the industrial fermenter for the ethanol, which I'm not getting enough of. But yeah, maybe if I come back to this world, I'll add another garden cloche like here. Oh, but it doesn't really work, so it's kind of difficult. But I'll probably, yeah, extend it. And then we've got all that, you know, it's coming from here going into the refinery, making the biodiesel. I mean, I've got plenty of biodiesel, right? It's not going down too fast, I don't think. Maybe it is. Yeah, no, it is. But, you know, it is what it is, right? And we've got the diesel generator, which I'm currently not using for anything. That diesel generator, I'll either use it for an arc furnace or for a excavator to get super rich. I think it will probably be the arc furnace, honestly, for just convenience, and then I'd have to maybe get another diesel generator for a excavator. I'd also need HV cables to go power everything, and it's a whole thing, right? But you know, I did a lot of shit in this world, and that's because this mod's progression is just so satisfying, right? And like, I just enjoyed my time so much. You know, I just grinded this shit out, and it was great, honestly. I think I've got this mining drill as well, which I used biodiesel for. But I think I've got immersive technology as well in this. Yeah, I've got immersive technology. I don't have immersive intelligence, and that's because it tends to break mod packs a lot. I found out the hard way with some other ones, and that's why I removed it from different mod packs. But yeah, so that was another world. This one was quite small but quite large at the same time. Like, the base itself is small, but I did loads of progress in this world. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Alright, let's go on to the next. Okay, here's another one of my worlds. This one is the main mod in the mod pack is Industrial Craft. Right? I think this is a really cool mod, personally. I really enjoy playing with it. But also, I'm not the best at it, honestly. I mean, this is where, you know, where I've tried doing crop breeding and shit, and I completely failed. I couldn't get it to work properly. I couldn't get the weed X to work to get rid of these weeds. And I couldn't get the crops to crossbreed and spread. So I kind of fucked it up, really. I haven't actually done anything with this. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point, but, oh, yeah, this shit is not, didn't work out for me. And then down here, I've got a mining setup where I had a miner going, and that kind of, when I first, like, got it working, got it started up, I didn't have the, OD scanner in it, so it wasn't picking up any ores because I didn't know how it worked. So then that didn't really work. I don't get much from it. All right. The outer base at the moment. This is kind of a more current world. This is one of my most. This is actually, yeah, my most recent Minecraft world. But obviously it's very unfinished at the moment. I don't know why this shit isn't spinning. I'll get over to that in a sec. But basically, what I'm planning, this big area is going to be a huge storage area, right? I'm going to have loads of the storage crates, whichever one I can afford, you know, or loads of these storage boxes, and use these, like, scaffolds to get up and around them. Yeah, I think it will look really cool. And then, right, in here, so this room here is the initial base. This is the first room I built. We've got this industrial workbench here. You can put, like, the hammer and shit in these slots. It's quite cool. I've got my power tier 1 stuff over here, and some storage. Right, got a load of my old equipment and shit in there. And I've got my power up here. I literally just spammed windmills for this, I can't lie. It's kind of ugly, but whatever, bro, it works. You know, this shit is good. It powers my machines, it powers my utility stuff, and it works well. I like to have the power generation going straight into a bat box. No, but it stores up energy, and if this shit isn't keeping up with the machines, at least it can run for a bit. Got this nether portal out here because I needed to go out there into the nether for, I forget, oh, glowstone to make the jetpack and shit. Alright, so then I've got this power tier 1 stuff, and over here is a work in progress room with my power tier 2 stuff. Very work in progress, as you can tell. All I've got is this blast furnace for steel. You know, I've got the electric heater and that. This machine. That's basically just a bat box. And I've got this kinetic generator, which for some reason isn't running right now. I don't know what's going on. Wind too weak. Right. What do the other rotors like have then? Right, I see. So a weaker rotor has a lower minimum wind, but it makes less. Like, and the maximum is, yeah, okay, I see. I thought it was just each one is a straight upgrade. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. I figured that out in my own time. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this world at the moment. And I've got obviously these rubber trees here. I've got all the leaves removed except the top ones, so that I can see all the spots for the sticky resin. But yeah, that's about it for this world. So, on to the next. Okay, guys, so this is another one of my worlds. Now we're getting into the big ones. These last two, these are going to be huge worlds where I've done loads of building and shit. So, this one, I was playing with Creator Aeronautics, and this airship, this is all a physics object. This is sort of my base, right, my mobile base. So, this I've used to get around the world quite a bit, and you see these waypoints. All of these are different bases I've had. This island as well is also what I planned to be my main base. I kind of haven't played this world in like ages either, so you know I haven't really done any of that. But here we've got a little kind of shitty, honestly. It's a bit short, but I kind of like got tired of making concrete and shit. But this is like a little lighthouse. You know, I put no light in it, but you know it's a lighthouse, whatever. Right. I think this is bugged. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Anyway, I've got this here. Let's cover that back up. This is a little elevator contraption. So we've got the top floor, ground floor, and then the basement. Let's go down to the basement. This is very slow, but okay, I'm not actually going to take this elevator because it's really slow, but you can see it goes all the way down there. Nice little elevator shaft, you know, it looks pretty sweet. Got a sea lantern on there. Yeah. So, down here is where it leads to. Right, this is where I'm planning to have the main base. Well, where I was planning, until I stopped playing this world. To have the main base of this world. Right. So in here is where I was going to have maybe a bunch of like machines and shit. Basically what I've got on the airship, just in here. Got this little bit that you can go in from the sea up into this. And this leads into the base. This is where the elevator comes down. And yeah, you got a nice little ocean view. And I guess I plan to have more rooms and shit. This would probably be like maybe storage. I don't know, maybe some other bits. And I'd have machine rooms and that. But yeah, I mean, this is a very cool little base bit. It's obviously unfinished, but I don't know, I think it's quite nice looking. I like this bit down here, especially with these smooth stone slabs. These are one of my favourite blocks in Minecraft, by the way. You'll notice that as kind of a pattern. I love smooth stone slabs. They just look so nice. You can do it for floors, you can do it for pillars like this, you can do it for loads of shit. It's one of my favourite blocks. So, let's go visit the other. Well, let's first look at this airship. It's not very pretty, I'll admit that. I mean, especially this fucking bit, right? You know, this bit I kind of just stuck on temporarily just to have a fan set up and not have it burn the whole thing down, right? But there might be catalysts, so I might have not even... Oh no, there's no catalysts. I don't have... This mod pack's old and shit. But... yeah, I've got all my machines down there. I've got all my storage and kind of basic stuff up here. I've got framing saw because I used frame blocks instead of Copycats Plus for some reason. And I've got here where I can control the airship. Look, we can go up. And we've got all this. This is the contraption diagram. It looks pretty sick on here. And then I've got the controls over here, where I can, if I press W, I believe it turns on the fans, the propellers. And I've got like the controls as well. I've got like A and D, so it turns one of them off, so it starts turning. And yeah, this is how I go to and from all the different bases. Right. However, this thing is quite slow. I don't know if I turn it up more. Yeah, this is a very big balloon because it's quite a heavy contraption. I just want to get it up into the air just to show it off. It might lean a bit because of the this bit that sticks out. If it even goes up, does it have to? It's got to be like really high to get it up, right? Yeah, because there's a lot of. Yeah, here we go. Start floating up into the air. So over there you can see, because I've got distant horizons, that's the first, wow, you can actually see it in a lot of detail, that's really cool. That's the first little like base I had. That was literally just a randomly generated structure. All I did here was make all the basic machines I needed to get the stuff I needed to make a basic airship. And then jobs are good enough. Right, so I just moved away from there. Then I went over to the sweet roll factory, which I'll show in a sec. Where that's where I've got an automatic setup for making these. Because these are quite a nice little food source, quite easy to make. You know, you just automate bread and you stick you stick milk on the top, and then it's all good. And yeah. So now I'll go over to that one, and I'll show it off. Alright, so now we are just approaching on the sweet roll factory. Right, you can just see it over there. I've got a big windmill on the front. And then I've got the two main rooms, and I've got a little thing there for getting the wheat for the bread. So let's hop on over and I'll show you properly. Okay, so here's the factory. So you can see, well, here's the main building anyway. You can see this big old windmill in front. We've got the wheat farm here. Just putting the wheat in there. That goes from the, what's it called, portable storage interface. Dumps out the seeds, because sometimes you get seeds through here. And then you get the wheat going to here. It's all going at a very high speed as well, because I've got a maxed out windmill. Then it gets crushed into the flour. Why has it got wheat seeds in? Oh, I never figured out a way. Okay, that's actually a problem with this setup then. But whatever, because sometimes it makes a byproduct of seeds. So then the flour comes up, turns into dough here, gets washed. Then the dough, once it's finished, comes out here, comes up onto here, and gets smoked into bread. And then the bread comes out here, and gets milk spouted on it, and it makes sweet rolls. Bang. There we go. Quite proud of this little build, this little factory. This is one I like to make a lot, actually, in different create mod worlds. I've made this a few times, like this type of build. But yeah, I just think it's really nice. So that's one of the 3 bases I've got in this world. You know, you already seen one over there. This is the second. Well, okay. So the first one I made was over that way. There's nothing special. This is the second one I made. And then the third one I made is over there. That beautiful mountain off in the distance. literally, I was building this, and I saw this mountain in the backdrop and thought, I've got to build there. So I did. So now I'll go over there and I'll show you the base I've got over there. I've got a factory making automated iron. That's the main purpose for this base. So this is the last one I'll show in the video. Alright, just here, we're approaching the iron factory, this base. So this base hasn't got as much of a build around it, but it's got a nice little farm here making iron. So let's have a little look. I've got this exterior bit with the, you know, little like sort of stairway up here onto this little flat bit. I've got another portal over there. I don't remember why. Maybe I might have just needed to go into Nether for blaze burners and shit. I don't know. No, I must have already done that by this point. I don't know. We've got this little mini boiler here, just making a little bit of stress to power this thing, rather than using 800 water wheels, right? Or like a big fuck off windmill that just doesn't really fit in. I don't know. This looks nicer than more or less anything else I could have done here. So I've got a little bit the mechanics here, but I don't know. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah, this was actually routed so bad. Like this is shite, bro. I could have just whatever. Anyway, so I've got the cobble gen here with the drills and the lava and water, right? But I've got these waterlogged stairs, so the lava just flows into the back of them, and that works. There's a belt underneath, goes into these. These make gravel. Gravel gets washed. See, like this bit of the setup is quite clean. I like it. It just goes from here straight into these, straight down one little block to get fanned, getting fanned from both sides, so it's faster. And then the iron ingots get taken out, and below each of these depots is a little thing to deposit the flint that gets made. This comes up into here, comes out. I didn't really need to do all this probably, but whatever. Could have just had all these go onto a little thing here and then like come into this, but whatever. Right? And it makes iron. We've got 2 blocks so far. Obviously I haven't AFK'd near this. If I was to continue playing this, I'd probably add FTB chunks so that I can have this area chunk loaded. And the sweet roll factory as well, so that I can always just keep making shit even while I'm not there. And maybe I will come back to this world at some point. I don't know, I kind of like it, like looking back on it and going through it again now. But I don't know, because it would be cool to have maybe a train system as well going from between each base. That would be really sick. But I don't know. So that's another one of the worlds, and now we're gonna go on to the final one. And this last one is the one I'm most proud of, one of my favorites. So stay tuned for that. Oh my god, I'm stretching. Sorry. Oh, lovely. Okay. Let's go on to the next world. Okay, here's the final world. And you might be surprised to know that this world's actually in more or less vanilla. I've got no big content mods, just only quality of life. And I've got this texture pack called Nostalgia Plus or whatever. And C418 songs only. And programmer art to make it look like old Minecraft, because I like the old textures. I don't know. I just like this style more. Anyway, this is a world that I've had for quite a while. You know, I've had it for a very long time, building and doing stuff on it. And I've played it sort of on and off for ages. So, let's get into the actual tour. This, the first base I built on this world. This is my first house, right? I don't know, I just felt like doing a different type of roof, and I think it turned out really well. I really like this base. So we've got this little garden out here, you know, all my crops, composter and that. We've got a bunch of little bushes and shit around. We've got this like hedges, and you go inside. Storage in the floors as well. You've got furnaces, crafting table, little potted plant, these lights up here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, this is a smithing table. This is a lodestone, because I've got lodestone compasses to where my base is and shit. this is for another thing. So, yeah, this one points to this one down here. This is my bedroom. Got little windows here. These are nice. Bed with like just little bits and decoration. I really like this interior of this room, this base, this building. It's really quite nice and cozy. I like it. Got a bunch of different music discs and shit. Yeah, good stuff. I have, which one is this? No, this is Tears. Oh, I don't have Wait. Wait is my favourite music disc, but I don't have it in this world, unfortunately. I don't know, if I play this more, then I'll get it eventually. Maybe that could be a project to work on getting all the music discs. I don't know. How do I keep my glass? I'll stick it in. Right, so we've got this path going over to this building. Now this is a library / enchanting area. You know, this exterior, I don't know, I think it's nice. Little sort of like pillars here. I don't know, I thought it looked cool. And you go inside, and we've got a librarian villager here. And that's a thing with a lot of these builds. I've actually got a villager in most of them. I've got a villager in that one over there. Actually, only 2 at the moment. So I've got a villager, I've got a librarian, and I've got a Fletcher over there. We'll get to that. But yeah, this is my enchanting area, my enchanting room. Got some different books that I found from strikes and shit. A bunch of mending books in here from this guy. You know, he's got his own little like stand. He's like the like in libraries they have like the employees who like let you borrow books and shit, right? So he's like that basically. I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool to have something like that. So yeah, this is a pretty cool build. He's got one of these. There you go. Planning. I'll eventually, I guess, finish this bookshelf, or maybe I'll just leave it like that. I don't know. Maybe put some over in this corner against the wall. Maybe stuff against this wall. I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice little library building. Got this bridge going over the river. Going off to all these other builds. Got this guy, which I literally just got because I went on another expedition. I'll show that in a minute. And then over here, we've got a blacksmith. So this exterior, we've got obviously the main build using these smooth stone slabs. Yet again, my favourite building block. I think it's the floor in there as well. Oh no, like it's the base of that building. But yeah, smooth stone slabs, my favourite. I've got them everywhere. Got this blacksmith area. We've got all these little crafting stations and shit out here. This nice little aesthetic, like you've got lava coming through here. I don't know, I just thought this looked really cool. You can like open it up and shit. Got this. Loads of blast furnaces and furnaces here. This is actually where I do most of my like smelting, if I'm doing bulk smelting. You know, if I've just got like a bunch of ores from mining, if I've got a bunch of stone to smelt, for building blocks, you know, I'll store all my ores in here as well. All my riches. Yeah. I mean, look at this, right? I've got plenty of diamonds. Look at me go, I'm baller. I've only got 2 bits of diamond on because I've only got 2 like max enchanted ones. I'll work on that. You know, every now and again when I have enough XP, I'll enchant a bit of armor. Oh, this is where I keep my glass. That makes sense. No, but yeah, this is a nice little room, nice little build. Really like it. The thing with all these builds in this world, they're all functional, right? I love to make builds that have a function. That's my favorite thing to do, like when I'm building in Minecraft. Except for this little bit over here. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's for growing glowberries if you kind of think about it that way. But this is just a nice little campfire spot. I don't know. I thought this was nice and cozy. I don't know why these look like this. They look kind of ugly. Cave vines. Yeah, this texture pack renames a few bits, and it kind of changes the style of bits. Like over there, there's those blue trees. Those are actually cherry blossoms, but the pack changes them to be blueberry. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that change, but I don't know. This is the best like programmer art continued mod texture pack I could find. over here, we've got a little quarry. I don't know, this is literally just function over form, really. It's just a big hole with this around it. I don't know, I just thought I'd put this here so it's like, I don't fall in, I guess. Here's the next build I'm in. Actually, I think I made this build before this one, but I don't know. I'm not showing everything in exact order, whatever. This is my barn. You'll hear as I come towards it. Loads of noise. Yeah, got loads of animals in here. Cows, chickens, pigs, sheep, all that. Got a little composter here for this stuff. I'll stick that there. Carrots, other bits, yeah, apples and sweet berries, I guess. Wheat, potatoes, sugarcane. Yep, so we've got all the animals kept in here. This little bit out there, that leads out to this. My actual big farm. Now, this is quite nice. I like the way I've laid it out. I'm fairly certain if you put a different crop next to each other, like you put wheat and then carrots and then other stuff, it grows faster. I think that's like a very niche mechanic. I'm not like 100% sure. But, yeah. And I've got sugarcane out the back as well. Just because, why not? I'll need it eventually, right? Need it for stuff like the library. So that's pretty cool. And also, yeah. So then, the path comes out this way. Comes over here, round the back. Now this is kind of like a lumber mill, right? So you got this little bit out here. I don't know, I based it off of like I should probably put some stuff out here. Maybe wood piles, that'll look cool. I don't know, I just haven't really done that yet. We've got all these trees out here. This is where I actually, like, I just grow these big trees. They make little pods all. I want it somewhere like where it's not going to make things look ugly, so I just put it out here. In here, heaps and heaps of storage for all the different wood types and shit I've got. Yeah, just loads of storage. Why not? Functional. If I need more, I can put it against this wall as well. And then, we've got a Fletcher here. He's sleeping at the moment. He's snoozing. But, yeah, he's here. I'll trade with him for emeralds, you know. He takes sticks, and yeah. So that's this build. Again, functional. For this guy and for storing all my wood. Good stuff. Right, let's go back this way. And then I'll show you some of my favourite builds now. So we've got this black build. I'll show my favourite build last. But this black build here is, if you go inside, it's my nether portal. I made a nice big nether portal here. Got this nice interior using these deep slate stuff. And you've got the exterior as well. I don't know, I thought I'd put it in a nice little building. And this is actually one of the most recent build I've done. I built all the rest of this stuff before going to the nether. Because, I don't know, I just didn't need to until yeah. Taking it really slow with this world. I haven't been to the end. Obviously, I have no shulker boxes, I have no elytra. I don't even have a full set of diamond armor on. I don't have any netherite either. But yeah, I mean this. Yeah, I just kind of been taking it slow, and I only went to the nether recently. But yeah, that's this build. I think this one turned out quite well. I quite like the little dingy tower. You know, it's very contrasting to the rest of this stuff. It's got a lot of grey wood types, you know. Oh, hello. Bash! Bash! Fuck off. But yeah, now we get to my absolute favourite build in this whole world. This is the train station. Look at this, right? Big open area, glass roof. Oh my god, this is my favourite part of it, bro. I love this. So sick. Got these paintings around, like, kind of think of it, I don't know, they're kind of meant to be like posters, you know, when you ever been to like a train station, you see like posters around the place, advertising stuff, I don't know. I just thought it would be something like that. That'd be cool, right? Got these little benches for when you're waiting for the train. These got the minecarts in. And it leads off, to a village. That's where I got these villages from. See, this has a function. it's because, I mean, rail lines are kind of slow in Minecraft, you know? They're not really that functional. You'd be better off with like a horse, right? But this actually has a function, you know? This is to get to the village, to transport villagers over and shit, right? And then this side, I've not built the train line yet, but when I find the stronghold, this will go to the stronghold. And that's honestly less functional, really. You know, it's kind of more novelty, but I don't know. I like having big rail lines across the world. I always thought it looked really cool. You know, if you ever seen like beta worlds and that, they always have these huge rail networks across the world because it was the fastest way to get around, right? And, you know, they were actually functional. And I always thought they just looked so cool. And they were functional and it was really nice. So, let's take a little ride on this. Because I want to show off the rail line. I quite like it. You know, I've done walled it off so it's safe from mobs. And I've lit it up as well. No mobs spawn on the inside. Right? It just goes up and through here. You get some nice views as well. Right? Over that way, you've got the ocean. Well, not really an ocean. It's like a kind of a lake. Then comes out, there's a forest here, and then here, you've got this nice bridge going across this whole big bit of water, big body of water, and that over there is the village. You see it as you're coming up. You get some nice views here. I don't know. This is just lovely, honestly. I really like this. It's up the render distance. I don't know why it's so short. Can do that, and then let you get some great views as you're going across. Comes down here, then over here you've got the village. I haven't actually got lanterns all the way up to this bit, but whatever, right? Alright, let's go away before these creepers get me. I haven't built anything in the village, but that's fine, honestly. I don't really care. But yeah. That is just about everything in this world. Yeah, this is one of my favourite worlds I've ever made, honestly. I just really, like, this was kind of just like a bit of a reset from just playing super, like, heavily modded Minecraft all the time. And just building in vanilla. Building the old textures. Just playing around with it. But yeah, I really, really liked this world. Of all the worlds I've made. Okay. That's going to be it for this video. I've showed off all the worlds I want to show off. I don't know. This was just kind of like a neat little idea I had, and I thought, yeah, let's get this out. Let's do it. You know, I think it's something very different, something kind of experimental. But I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I definitely enjoyed showing off all this stuff. I don't want to see what you guys think about all these worlds. You know, what you think about all these builds. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and sub. It greatly helped me, you know, build the channel up, build all this stuff up. And I'll post more videos and shit, you know. But yeah, that's about it. Bye bye guys. See ya.